get on the call. So, and thank you, Miss Sinclair, for recording the meeting, and hopefully we'll have it transcribed and for our minutes and all that. So I want to officially open up our meeting this evening and welcome everybody to the Commerce Committee meeting for May 19th. 2026. It's great to have everyone here. My name is Hassan Bakiriddin. If you don't know, I'm the chair of this particular committee, one that I'm very proud to chair. So I've got some great folks who were on board, and I really appreciate them quite a bit. And I just wanted to sort of mention before we get started, I have to begin our meeting on a very somber note, and one that seem like I'm having to repeat again from last month, where we had a stalwart uh, community member who was she was a person who I consider a person who gave a lot to this community, particularly the community board, and was president of the precinct council for over 20 some odd years. Pat Ruddock had transitioned on Sunday morning. It was a bit sudden for those of some of you who knew Miss Pat Ruddock. She was a woman who was a no nonsense person, but I thought she was very fair. She was a very loving woman, very kind woman, had a really compassionate soul about her. And she was, I mean, we spent, just like I'm sure we'll have stories and people start to talk about her, about spending hours with her on the phone, just going through and all of the things that she brought to this community and the way she helped was invaluable. She used to also attend our block parties, and she tried to get to as many block parties as she could. So, and even up until her becoming ill, she tried to do what she could in the precinct council, and I thought she did an amazing job. So. Um, she's somebody I have a great deal of respect for and a great deal of love for, and we're going to very much miss her. So I just wanted to take a moment of silence for Miss Pat Ruddock. For those, just give me that for a moment. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry, we had to. Seems like I don't want this to be a pattern, but we seem to be losing quite a bit of our elders, and decide that they want to go home to the ancestors, and we want to keep them here. But we do want to make sure that we give them their flowers while they're here. And Miss Ruddock was one who's be sorely missed, like I mentioned. So there hasn't been any arrangements yet that I know of from the family about funeral or repast or anything of that sort. I don't believe if it is going to happen, it will happen um, after. It'll probably happen after Memorial Day weekend, so a Memorial Day period. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure the community board will keep you posted as well. All right. So with that being said, I'd like to do our roll call, and it seems like we're getting more and more members in here now. And I'll start with myself, Hassan Bakiriddin, chair of the Commerce Committee. Just unmute yourself and identify yourself for the record, please.
Sonia Clark, Community Board member, Commerce Committee member.
Yes, ma'am.
Simone Monet Walls, committee member.
Yes, ma'am.
George State, committee member.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheryl Saunders, committee member. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ms. Saunders.
Celia Bellin, committee member.
Thanks, Ms. Bellin. I see Khadija. Khadija, you there? Maybe she's having problems unmuting, but I see her there. Go ahead and Ms. Delaney, you go ahead and introduce yourself. Mr. Delaney, pardon me.
Hi, I'm Delaney. I live in the Community 7 District. I'm currently a student, a nursing student. I was looking forward to the in-person meeting, but I think you said
That's
that.
that's tomorrow night. That's the community board meeting. The Commerce
Okay,
Committee meeting is yeah. Okay. Thanks,
thank you.
Khadija. I see you there. All right. Thank you for being here, by the way. Great. Detective Pierre.
Good afternoon, Detective Mark Pierre, 6th Precinct Community Affairs Officer. Good evening.
All right. Thank you, sir. Christy James, just go ahead and speak for the record, please.
Hi. I'm here just to hang out and hear what you guys have to say.
Okay. Thanks for being here again.
You're welcome.
All right. Miss Fitzgerald.
Hi, my name is Mara Fitzgerald. I'm here on behalf of Rockaway Moonshot, All Good DBA, All Good Dispensary at 3405 Avenue H. I am also joined by dispensary owner Shannon. She is there. I see her in the box. Thank you for
Yep.
having us tonight.
Sure. Absolutely. Awesome. Did we get everyone? Oh, Mr. Agard. Mr. Agard, if you're speaking, we can't hear you, sir. I see you there. Okay, so I'll come back to Mr. Agard. I see that he's dialed in, but we potentially can't hear him. Did we get everyone? I think we got everyone. I think we did. At least everyone who's here now. Okay, so thank you guys for going through that exercise. I appreciate it. And I think what I'm going to do is go through very quickly. Go through very quickly my chairman's report, and I'll try to be very brief. You know, there's a few things that we have to cover, and I have to cover this really quickly. The sumptuous sampler event. I don't know if, and this is for people who don't really know what the event is. It is an event where we invite all of the small business owners under one roof, where the community comes in to sample their signature dish for free. And ideally, those business owners who participate in that event will be bringing their discounted uh, menu or discounts or coupons or whatever off of food, drinks, etc. And it's a precursor to East Flappers Restaurant Week. So it generally is usually around June, at the end of June, and East Flappers Restaurant Week. Um, okay, Miss. All right, Steve. No problem. No problem. So it generally is a precursor, as I mentioned, to East Flappers Restaurant Week. And East Flappers Restaurant Week is, if you've partaken in that event, that means the sumptuous sampler event, you're supposed to actually go back to those restaurants and partake in those individual discounts off of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, drinks, etc. Right? So in theory, that's what it's supposed to be about. But this year we've been talking about having this event, and it's very labor intensive, number one. So there's a lot that goes with it, and some of the committee members know this, and they've heard me talk about it as well. And we generally would start an event like that around March or at the latest. But because we had a number of other events that we were doing, whether that was the Small Business Expo, which was delayed 3 times coming into 2026, and then we had the small business mixers and things of that sort. We I had we started working on it a bit late, and then we haven't met as a planning committee yet to really talk about that. So what I did was, in the interim since last meeting, I said, well, let me take a poll um, and reach out a sample of some business owners that have participated in the past, to see if this is something that they would be open to at least participating in. I talked to 6 restaurants and those business owners, and each one of them told me this. They said that they love the idea of having the sumptuous sampler event, but particularly in this current climate, it's very difficult for them to do it this year for a couple of reasons. One, with the tariffs and how that has the effect on food, and now they've had to scale back some of their staff, which is the other thing. So it all kind of affects that. So based upon those particular six responses from those business owners, people like Lily's Restaurant, Bamboo Walk, Footprints Restaurant, just to name a few, um, I wanted to put it to the committee because they were reluctant to do it. They were on board with East Flappers Restaurant Week, which is something that I think we could highlight anyway and do. But they thought it was best because of the current climate that we're in, that perhaps it would be not a good time, particularly for this year, to do the sumptuous sampler event. So I wanted to put that out to the committee to see what you guys thought about that. And it would, I'm sure some of our committee members will probably be relieved because that's a lot less labor intensive as the other ones in the past. So yes, I just wanted to mention that. You guys let me know what you think about that. So that's one, and we don't have to discuss it now. I'm just trying to sort of lay out my report. So that's that. And we also have our small business mixer, which is coming up on the 28th at Hide and Seek Lounge. So I'm hoping that the business owners who are here, you guys are participating in that. That's at 1308 Utica Avenue, and it'll be at 6:30 p.m. The last one that we had, which was not last month, but the month before in March, was a great success, very well attended at Lily's Restaurant. So we want to continue to duplicate these efforts to bring these small business owners together, network, and also our agencies like the New York Small Business Services, Councilmember Farrah Lewis's office, the Flappers Junction Bid, the Brooklyn Chamber. So we're just trying to pull all that together. So that's we're working on that. Okay. So just wanted to mention those things. And I think that was all that I had for right now. Yeah, I think that's all I had for right now. Yeah, any questions on that, guys? Any questions at all? Okay,
So
good.
Hassan, sorry. So
Yes,
you said that at some point the committee will decide whether or not we'll have the sumptuous
the substitute
sampling.
sampler. Yeah, we can talk about that, and
Okay.
I think it's and we perhaps that's something we can talk after we've done our business with
Mhm.
everybody, with the businesses. And we'll decide whether or not it makes sense to try and continue to go forward with that piece, and just do East Flappers Restaurant Week. Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Great. Great. So that's that. So with that being said, what was sorry, it's Steve Hermitage. I hope it's not a problem. I'm just trying to get a feel for the great work each committee does. Sorry, my apologies, Steve. You mentioned I didn't see your message. Obviously, you had a message before that, and you were having some issues with your mic. A new member, I'm just a participant. Oh, that's fine. No problem. It's quite all right, Steve. You're more than welcome. We have quite a few people who drop in and want to learn more about what we do as a committee. So I'm glad that you're here. And yes, Khadija, I do see that you're here. And I also see Tricia is here as well. So I just wanted to bring that. And also Mr. Davis Gale, who is no stranger to this committee. Nice to see you, sir. Glad you were able to make it as well tonight. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes, absolutely. All right, great. So moving on to our next item on our agenda is our approval of minutes. Ms. Sinclair, do we have, in your estimation, do we have quorum? I'm not sure if we do. I think
Yes,
we
we
do.
do.
We do have quorum. Okay, fantastic. And so, question to the committee members. Committee members, have you guys received the minutes for, I think it's for March,
March and
April?
April. Yes.
Yes, March and April. Okay. Now,
Yes.
Yes.
have you guys read those minutes? Because that's very important.
I
You
did.
all read them? Okay, fantastic.
Well, that's only
Um,
me. I don't know about the others.
okay, all right. I'm hoping everybody has. Yeah, people had a thumbs ups and stuff, so that's good. All right, great. And so I would love to see if we can right now get someone to make a motion to accept the minutes. Who was here at the last meeting? You know that the requirement is that you have to be here at the last meeting. You have to be obviously a committee member. So can someone make a motion to accept the minutes for March and April, please?
I
Any
move
committee member at
to
all?
have the, I make a motion to have
Go
the
ahead,
minutes, sorry.
go ahead, Sonia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I make a motion to have the minutes accepted as distributed
Great.
with
Any
all
second?
corrections. Mhm.
Right, with all corrections. Yes, ma'am. Any second?
George
See-
State seconds.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Clark and Mr. Tate. Appreciate you guys doing that. Fantastic. And so I'm going to move on from that fourth item. And we do have, happy to see that we have some of our business owners who are on the line here. I'm going to go down the list to see who's here and who's not. Well, I know who's here already, but I'm going to. Are there any representatives from HQ Lounge on the line? Any representative from HQ Lounge? Okay. No. All Good Dispensary is here. Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes,
Can
I
you
we're
hear
can
present.
HQ Lounge?
say that again.
Could you hear HQ Lounge?
Are
This
you
is HQ
are
Lounge.
you represent? No, this is HQ Lounge. Okay. And what's your name, sir? Please say your name for the record. And if you're representing
Lyndon
HQ Lounge, okay.
Tudor, the owner.
Okay, Mr. Tudor, can you do me a favor, sir? If you can put yourself on camera, because we do require that our business owners do appear on camera. So I'll give you a few moments to
Right.
do that, if you don't mind. All right, but I just want to
We had
identify
trouble.
who's
We had
here.
trouble logging in. We
You have
had a
trouble
little
logging in?
trouble logging in, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try from a different computer because right now we're on the mobile.
You're on a mobile. Oh, you're on a mobile. Okay. There should be
Yeah.
a feature on there that you actually can you know show yourself on camera. So but you have to kind of look. I know the phone's a little different than the laptop, but if you can work on figuring that out, that'd be great too. So all dispensaries here, and I believe Miss
Can you repeat the
Marf.
chapter and verse, please?
Say that again.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Say who was speaking before? I apologize. Who was
No,
saying
I'm
something?
sorry. That was not meant. Sorry about that.
Oh, that wasn't meant for us. Okay. No problem. All right. I thought you were talking to us, Miss Clark. Okay, so all good dispensary is here, and Miss Mara Fitzgerald and Shannon are representing that organization, right?
Yes, thank you
And
for having
great.
us.
Yes, ma'am. And then we have is Shay May sorry, Shamas Group LLC here?
No, that's me, Mr. Bakiriddin. Shemayas?
Ah, that's you. That's you. Okay, Mr. Agard.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now I'm getting it because I think I reached out to you earlier, but I didn't hear you
No,
come
I was,
on.
WebEx is always a challenge, so we were trying to
Yes.
get through with it. It's fine. Okay.
No problem. No
Okay.
problem. So you're representing Shama's
Mhm.
group. Yes. All right, group. All right, Mr. Agard. And then Island Seas, is Island Seas Lounge on? Island Seas Lounge, LLC. Okay. No. And is Frontline Centered Incorporated on?
That's me again, Mr. Bakiriddin.
Okay, so Frontline is you as well.
Okay.
Okay. So who we don't have is, wait a minute, we have, so HQ Lounge is on, All Good Dispensary is on, Shamas is on from you, and then Frontline. So the only one we don't have is Island Seas, which is fine. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. And I wanted to
Hassan, one
start
quick
with,
question. We're not
yes,
approving the April minutes.
say that again.
We're not approving the April minutes.
We did. I thought we said we're
We did
approving the minutes for
March.
both March and
Oh, did
April.
March and April. Okay, my
Yeah,
apologies. Okay.
that's what I said.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
Thanks.
problem. No problem. No problem. All right, awesome. And I do see that. Oh, there we go. We're joined by Dorothy and Marguerite as well. So I do see that. Nice to have you guys here. Okay, so let's. Is Mr. Tudor? Have you been able to get your? Oh, there you go. Is that you with the hat, sir?
Yes,
All right, good, good. And you are the proprietor of HQ Lounge, right?
that's
At
correct. Yeah.
1609 Nostrand Avenue. No,
Yes.
well, you've been there for a while, and you are applying for a renewal for liquor, wine, beer, and cider, right?
On site. On site.
Yes, sir. All right.
Mm.
So can you, if you don't mind, sir, for those who don't know your location, committee members who are new, can you talk a little bit about your business and some background about it, and then the committee will certainly ask you some questions about that as well. So go right ahead.
Okay. My name is Lyndon Tudor. I'm the owner for HQ Lounge. Our business is an on-premise operation. We are located at the corner of Nostrand Avenue and Tilden Avenue. The address is 1609 Nostrand, aka 3006 Tilden. We have different types of bar activities, um, background music, TV. We have social meetings, and we've been in business now for over 30 years.
Mhm.
So, by and large, I am very excited to be meeting with you guys in the process of renewing my license. So I want to thank you guys in advance for having me. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. I appreciate that. Great. Anything else you want to talk about your business, or is that it?
Yeah, but basically that's it. You know, we are
Okay.
a bar and lounge. You come here and have nice beverages. We have nice food.
Okay.
Conversations. Atmosphere is great. So
Okay.
uh, you're all invited.
Okay. That's cool. Well, maybe one of these days we'll get down there. I haven't been to HQ Lounge in a while actually. It's been quite some time.
You're still
Great.
here. I'm
All
still
right.
here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're definitely still there. Absolutely. Okay. So committee members, are there any questions? Some of you know Mr. Tudor. He's come before our committee before. This is not the first rodeo for him. Any questions for Mr. Tudor? No questions. All right. That sounds good. We can keep moving if we don't have any questions.
Hey, Hassan,
Yes.
I do have a question.
Hmm.
It's not for the establishment, it's for us. We didn't get, well, I didn't get anyway, any, paperwork, the questionnaires.
Hmm.
Did any of these establishment get questionnaires? Because we didn't get them.
Let me
Did
ask you. I got the questionnaire and I filled it out. This is um,
yeah.
but do I upload it to you or what do I do with it?
Oh, I missed, but yeah, you should have actually sent it over to us. So we see the purpose of the questionnaire, sir. This might be something, Mr. Tudor, that you didn't have to do before in the past. Is to There's a number of questions that we ask about your business, right? Whether or not you have two means of egress, whether you have your
Could I just go
license
over?
clearly displayed, or
Could I verbally
or,
go
or
over
you
the
know.
question, uh, Chairman?
Well, I don't want you to do it now. I don't want you to do it now because I think it would take too long. So that's why
Well,
we
but
have
you're
the.
gonna ask those questions, so it might be nice if he
But
actually just goes down the sheet.
Yes, there's a
yeah,
quick.
but in the
It-
interest of
No?
time, there's a lot of questions
Okay.
on there. So
Okay.
what I would prefer, committee members, if you want to ask, you know what the questions are, right? Just ask those questions very quickly, and Mr. Tudor, I'm sure could answer them, and I'll jump right in. Mr. Tudor, how many means of egress do you have in terms of exits in your place, your location?
to the outside, I have 3.
Okay, great. Committee members, any other questions?
No, my only question would be the incident report.
Okay, I'll get to that in just a minute. I just want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to ask Mr. Tudor some additional
I just
questions
have
if
a
they need
question.
to.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. He's serving alcohol, correct?
Yes,
Right. And
this is
and
a renewal for he's got a full liquor license, by the way.
for liquor license. Okay, so I
Yeah.
assume it is not very near a school.
No,
Okay.
Are you sure?
And what's the capacity?
75.
And it's only it's evening or day as well,
We
events
operate from 5 in the afternoon to 4 a.m.
to 4 a.m. Okay. And what's security like?
We have security on the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
and that during the week it's just customers moseying in and out. That no need
So
for
security
security.
is only on weekends.
Correct.
Okay. But you
Or
still
if we have
open.
a special, if we have a special event or anything,
Okay, but you still open during the week at the same
yeah,
time.
we open 7 days a week.
Okay. So you suspect that the security is not a concern during the week as it is a concern on weekends?
Well, on weekends we get a little more
Mm-hmm.
patrons,
Mm-hmm.
but during the week it's just folks sitting at the bar having a cocktail or two.
Okay.
Is that all your questions, Sonia?
Yeah, I'll just wait for the police report.
Okay. All right. Lastly, before I move on to the incident report, does
have a
anyone else have
question.
any questions? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have my hand raised. This is Simone Monet. What
Oh, okay.
constitutes the weekend? What constitutes the weekend for you? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, to Thursday to Saturday, and then Sunday is less very mild. Nothing.
So you don't have anyone for Friday? I'm just
Thursday,
want to, because
Thursday through Friday. Thursday,
Thursday through
Friday,
Friday. Okay.
Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay, great. I do see Adele has her hand up. What's up, Adele? What's up, Adele?
Ah, yes, good evening. I'm a little late, but I'm here. No, for the business he was talking about, he has security only on certain days.
Yes, ma'am.
Those are the days that you have large capacity.
Yes, ma'am.
And what
Which
about
is
the other
likely to have
days?
extra. The other days is just a few folks coming in and out. It's a bar. Primarily, it's a
Mm-hmm.
bar. So come in and sit at the bar and have a cocktail or two.
And you said you're nowhere near a school, not even close to it.
No,
Not even no daycare.
not that I know of.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Anyone else before we move on to the incident report, ladies and gentlemen? Going once, going twice. All right.
I have a quick question. Sorry, I have a quick
Oh,
question.
Lord have
Um,
mercy.
no,
Dorothy,
no, no. This
why
is
would you wait till the
no. I
last
know.
minute,
I was
my
trying to
sister?
press. I have long nails, and nails doesn't allow me to. Just a quick
Yes, ma'am.
question.
Go right
Is
ahead.
it?
Good evening, by the
Maybe I
way.
should know this. Good evening. I love you
Mm.
guys. So, okay, okay, all right. I am I. Is a business required to have security on the week at all? I didn't realize that it was a requirement to have security.
No, it's not a requirement.
Okay.
It's not a requirement. It's just that I choose to. It's one of my on the weekends when you have a little extra people. I but there's no mandatory that you have security.
Okay.
Makes
No.
Again, it's a
sense.
bar. It's a bar and a lounge.
Yeah, no, only because of the line of questioning, and I was wondering, like, did I miss something? All right, thank you. That's all.
Mhm.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That makes
Okay.
sense. I'm on the weekend.
All right, great. So according to the incident report, and just for the record, good people, for those who may not be familiar with incident reports, we asked the 67 precinct, and our good detectives, Detective Skinner and Detective Pierre, to provide an incident from the time that we asked them for a full year, whether or not there has been any incidents at that location, and we certainly, asked them for that. So at this location, there have been no incidents at HQ Lounge for the entire year. So no 311 calls, no nothing. So, which is a good thing. The fact that he's been in business 30 years goes to show he's doing some things that are doing right. So that's a good thing. So thank you so much, Mr. Tudor, for going through that exercise, sir. Please don't leave. Stay on the
No,
line
I definitely.
because we have to vote as well. The committee has to vote also. So next up, sorry, we need to just go right into what in the world? Why is this happening? Okay, sorry, my my thing went right out. The next up, we have All Good Dispensary, which is going to be 3405 3405 Avenue H. It's a renewal, and I know we have Miss Fitzgerald, Amar Fitzgerald, who is here, and Shannon, who are going to be talking about the location and presenting to the committee. So, committee, please give your full attention, and then we'll ask some questions. Just tell us about your business and all of that. Okay.
Um, Thank you. Thank you so much, Chair and Committee. First, of course, we would like to extend our condolences. We were very saddened to hear the news of your board chair, Daley's passing, and now losing another elder. I know what kind of hit that takes on a community. So please, you guys are in our hearts there. I want to say that and acknowledge it. So yes, thank you for having us tonight. Again, I am Mar Fitzgerald, and I am appearing on behalf of Shannon and Sean Riley. You will also hear from Shannon later. They are the owners of Rockaway Moonshot LLC, doing business as All Good Dispensary, located at 3405 Avenue H between 34th and 35th. And we are here tonight seeking the board's approval for the dispensary's 2-year license renewal. The requested questionnaire, C of O, fire inspection certificate were submitted to your office, and receipt was confirmed by Ms. Sinclair last week. All Good was granted licensure, granted operational approval in August of 2024 for authorized for adult use cannabis sales. Since opening, the business has worked to operate responsibly, transparently, and in a way that respects both the surrounding businesses and the residential character of the neighborhood. As you know, because we also pulled the incident report and heard that you had also done so, there have been no incidents. Shannon and Sean are both born and bred in Brooklyn. They currently reside in the Rockaways. They're parents. Shannon is an educator, a lifelong educator, and Sean is a veteran of the U.S. Armed Services. The location itself, it fully complies with New York State OCM requirements. The nearest legal dispensary now, I think, is way more than 1,000 feet away. When we came 2 years ago, the nearest dispensary was actually 6,000 feet away, but there are some pending licenses all beyond 1,000 feet. There are no schools within 500 feet and no houses of worship within 200 feet. And we maintain proximity protection. The storefront itself is modest, bright, consistent with the existing retail character of the block. It is located in a 1-story K1 retail building made up of several similar storefronts. I believe they stretch from 3401 to 3411 along Avenue H. The exterior design was intentionally kept clean and to fit naturally into the neighborhood streetscape. No cannabis products are visible from the street. IDs are checked at both entry and again at the point of sale. Customers only have access to the sales floor. The retail space is about 1,000 square foot. Cellar space is also about 1,000 square foot. The back of house at the retail level, ground level, and the cellar are only accessible by staff and not accessible to the public. Operating hours are Tuesday through Thursday, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10. Shannon will correct me on that. Friday, 8 to midnight.
I'll come in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. Thursday, we're open till 11 p.m. Friday till midnight. Saturday till 11, and then Sunday we close 10.
Yes. I messed that up. Sorry.
So it's okay.
The dispensary currently employs 5 regular staff members, give or take 3 to 5, right? You just hired one.
She said 6, I think.
6.
Yeah.
Looks like
And
she's holding up
Sean
6
and
fingers.
Shannon also regularly work
Yes.
in the store, and also take shifts when people are unavailable. From a security and compliance standpoint, All Good meets or exceeds all OCM requirements. It's equipped with 24/7 monitored cameras, alarm systems, accessible to OCM regulators, and secure inventory controls, comprehensive staff training on compliance, safety, and customer service. The website itself is age gated. IDs are verified. Ventilation protocols, all building codes are consistently maintained. The store is also ADA compliant. We've got wide entryways. The counters are low to accommodate customers with mobility needs. Any music that's played is at low ambient levels through small speakers. It is not audible outside the storefront or to neighbors. In addition to being responsible operators, the owners, Sean and Shannon, are committed to being active community partners. Through the New York State Community Impact Plan Initiative, which is a recent initiative by the state of New York, the Office of Cannabis Management, it requires all cannabis licenses. So that means cultivation, that means, processors. Any licensed here is required to do some sort of community benefit plan. And so first, I would really like to thank your Parks and Beautification Chair, Ms. Antoine, Chair Antoine, and your Youth and Education Chair, Grandison, for generously sharing their time. We met with them this past week because we really wanted to hear from you guys. What is needed? How can we contribute? How can we really cement ourselves in this community? And they had some wonderful ideas. So this year, we are going to contribute to the essay contest that's coming up, a prize for that, and also increase efforts for community cleanups. What we did was look at your FY27 Statement of District Needs and really see where the issues were. And because Shannon is an educator, and because actually 311 complaints talked about dirt in the area and
Yep.
sanitation
Yes, ma'am.
issues, we said, let's
Yep.
take that on. We talked to the experts, right? And we
Mhm.
figured out a plan to do that. I also want to mention that Shannon and Sean employ a local individual who is, experiencing traditional barriers to traditional employment. And he cleans around the store and around the block. I mean, going all the way up. They pay him to do this. But we're going to
Okay.
expand on those efforts.
Okay.
And there's lots more, but we are happy to take any questions that
Okay.
you might have.
Well, that was a very robust presentation. We really appreciate that. I can guarantee you this committee does. We really, you guys were able to give us quite a bit of information. So there were a lot of questions that you answered in your presentation. However, even though you gave us such robust information, I always like to give the committee an opportunity to be able to ask if they do have any lingering questions. This is the time to do so. So committee members, go right ahead and ask your questions as well. If you have any. If you don't have any, it's cool.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, this is Sonia Clark, and I appreciate the thorough information and presentation. I just have 2 questions. You spoke about, the production or process of the cannabis. Is that done locally, or is that done outside of the community? That's one question. And the other question is, do you permit smoking outside of the building?
Thank you for that question. So when I mentioned processors, I was only listing it as a type of license that is available in New York State. New York State does not have something called vertical integration. Unless you're a micro business, which is a whole other can of worms, I'm happy to explain that at some point or privately if you'd like. But it was just one license type. There are several different
Right.
license types. This license is just a retail dispensary, an adult use retail dispensary license. So processors, there are processors in the city, there are processors upstate. Most of the cultivation happens upstate because there are other rules. If you're a micro, it has to happen within 25 miles, which is hard if you're a micro in the city. It's really complicated, but I, again, am really happy to have a chat offline with you if you're very curious.
Okay, and the other question was, do you permit smoking outside of the building?
So we don't encourage it. However, New York State has ruled that anywhere you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke cannabis. I think we really try to keep the storefront clean and not impede pedestrian flow. So the short answer is we have no control over where people smoke cannabis in New York State, but we do really want to keep the storefront as clear as possible and not impede pedestrian flow.
And my last question is, are you near any schools or daycare centers?
The location is fully state compliant. As I said in the presentation, it is more than 1,000 feet from any licensed dispensary, 500 feet from a school, and 200 feet from a house of worship.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Great.
yeah, this is George. I have my hands up,
Hey,
but I
George.
guess
Yes, I
it's
see.
enough
I
to
see your
see.
hand. I see Adele's hand, I think, and
Yeah,
Khadijah's hand as well.
yeah, mine is simple. But first of all, I just want to thank Mar and Shannon for the presentation. And also, I just want to say I'm one who walks by the edges of water every day. And I'm glad to see you guys keep it clean and everything, and it's bright. So it's not, I don't see people hanging out there. But my simple question is that there is a little, you'll have like a table with two chairs in front, so, in front of the store. So I was wondering, was there any issue? Do people sit there and smoke? I have not seen it. Okay, when I see people sitting there, but I can't say I've seen them smoking. But I just wondering if you all had any issues with people sitting there smoking, or would that really encourage people to sit there and smoke?
Thank you, George. So this is a trend we're seeing across the city with dispensaries. You know, it's one of those things where they want people to be comfortable, and it is really meant to create a sense of community with the dispensary, invite the locals and the neighbors to sit. Certainly, again, smoking is not encouraged. This is not a smoking lounge. If someone were to come sit, even if they, you know, purchase their product elsewhere, they would be asked to take it elsewhere. So that is not what that is about. That is about bringing community in and really trying to erase the stigma around cannabis. And we know very well that the last way to do that is to set up an unauthorized cannabis lounge on a sidewalk.
Okay, yeah, but but in simple terms, if you see someone sitting there smoking, would you all come out and discourage them from smoking in front of the?
Yes, and we have posted, we have all the literature from OCM. So we really try to communicate, and it's a lot about education and people learning
Yeah.
what are the rules right now, what are the laws. And so OCM does provide us with a lot of literature, and we leave that and we try to approach it in a very educational way. And for me, we're a family run store. You know, you'll see our kids there sometime in the summer. And children can be there with parents, by the way. If you're with a parent, you can bring your child into the store. And we've really become a store where people do feel comfortable bringing their families, and it is a place where people actually sit and have their lunch or their breakfast or their coffee. And it's been, as Mar said, really more of a community space where we could have space to sit down and enjoy. This is a beautiful street. We have a view of Brooklyn College and that Golden Dome. So it was really for that, and our staff too. They will often take their breaks and eat their lunch on those tables.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, great. Great, thank you. Yes, Adele, go ahead. Adele, if you're speaking, we can't hear you.
I'm sick of these things. Oh my
Okay, she's
goodness.
not speaking. All right, so we'll move on to Khadija. Khadija?
I have some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the first question I have was, I believe this group did present to us. Was it a different name that they presented when they originally did this?
No,
No,
it
no.
was Rockaway Moonshot, DBA, All Good Cannabis Dispensary.
Rockaway, right? I can remember, and from there, I remember when they were presented, they talked about doing some educational workshops in around teaching the community and the parents. Has
Yes.
any of that been done?
Yes, I cut my presentation short because I could tell that it was getting a little long, but that was the next thing we were going to go into. So towards the middle point of this renewal period, there will be educational workshops and community events that we are building right now. Absolutely. So a lot of people said they were going to do that in the beginning, a lot of dispensaries, but I think reality is that getting up and operating, particularly for independently owned dispensaries like this, I mean, it's a true mom and pop shop. It's very hard to do all the things when you're really just trying to build your business by yourself. So as soon as they are able to really do those things, they really want to implement them. And so we're aiming for about 6 to 8 months from now.
Okay, and then the last question is, I know that when we did speak, we emphasized the importance of hiring within the community. And I understand that you said based on the
It's like a window washer.
there was only one person from our community board or from our district that was hired. Is there a disconnection in regards to not having staff who knows how to do this? Or
No.
was there a lack of
I'm gonna let Shannon speak to that.
Oh yeah, we've hired a lot through the community. Carl, as we said, goes around the neighborhood twice a week cleaning the community. He's been with us since the beginning. I'm not going to name out. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying. Sorry, this is recorded. I shouldn't be saying people's names. But yes, we have a lot of direct people who have grown up in this community that are making some moves. Some people have gone on to even better jobs now. I really implore you to come and meet our staff. Friday nights, we've got some of the locals that you might know. You may have gone to school with some of them. So we definitely have hired. Nobody really knows our HR other than us. So do ask us if you have concerns, but we've done everything we can to hire in this community, and it's been very important to us. I've raised my kids in this community too, so it's something important to us.
Great. Any additional questions, Khadija?
No, Miss Marguerite has her hand up.
Okay. Marguerite?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Just to go back to the point that Mr. Tate brought up about the table and chairs outside. But you cannot stop anyone if they just sit down there and smoking a joint. You can't stop them, right?
If they're sitting and doing it on their chairs in front of their premises, they absolutely can.
What do you mean on their chairs? You have isn't it your table and chairs?
Right. So
yeah, if they're sitting at the table and chairs that you put out there, if someone sits there and smokes a joint, can you stop them from doing it?
I mean, physically stop them?
Well, there's no law. I mean, they can just sit there and smoke a joint, right?
Right. So we would say.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Hi, can I answer the question, Chair?
Sure.
Yes, you can.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Thank you. So somebody sits on the tables and chairs, they can simply bring the tables and chairs in. You know, if it were to say, you know, we really would prefer you didn't smoke here, because the second the tables and chairs are there, they're responsible for it. It's part of their business, and they can't have smoking in their business. So no, nobody can sit there. Now, if somebody, you know, aggressive, this has never happened, there have been no incidents, simply pull in the tables and chairs. But these are, you know,
while they're sitting on them, and I know that's sort of an arbitrary thing, but you can't really do that if someone's sitting there, because that's like confrontational, right?
I mean, this is
We've had community members who don't even shop at our store thank us for putting those chairs there to give them a place to be. The public library now has the similar cafe tables. It's just a community space in New York where we all don't have enough places to sit. I mean, you can walk so far traveling from Flatbush down Avenue H if you're going to Utica. There aren't places to sit for people. We honestly, people have thanked us. I don't have an issue with the community using our table and chairs, even if they aren't customers, and they appreciate that.
Right, but that wasn't really my question. I think it's great that some people could sit there. I'm just saying, based on the conversation with Mr. Tate, I was just wondering, if someone sits there to smoke a joint, can you stop them? And you really can't. And then you've answered the question. Thank you.
Well, I think, but to her point, let me make a point. I think, Marguerite, I get what you're saying, but what I think they're saying is, if someone does do that, right, you could ask them to leave, right? Ask them to leave from that location, and
You can.
then if yeah, you can, and if they do not leave, right, and they get aggressive about it, obviously there are ways to deal with that too. But the ultimate is obviously pulling in your tables and chairs because they're yours, they belong to the store, and now that takes away the issue, so they don't have a place to sit.
All right, yeah,
So
but that's not going to happen if somebody's sitting on the chair. But I think we kind of belabored this point. So
yeah,
thank you for your answer.
perhaps. Okay. Okay, and I think I just want to mention, so we have, I think, I'm only going to take the last two questions, guys, so please make this as short as it possibly can. I think Adele has a hand up. Adele?
Yes, about those tables and chairs. You said other people, other stores have been doing the same thing. I've never seen a cannabis store with table and chairs in front of it. Let them try to be kind of incognito and blend in. That's not, to me, that's blending out.
We're a cafe diner dispensary. If you ever come to our shop, we actually look like an old soda shop. It's a different place. It's not any dispensary you've ever been to. And we like to give space for conversation, board games, things to do other than sit on your phone and disconnect from society. We're really trying to be a part of the community, and it's really been so welcoming. Honestly, Avenue H is one of the most welcoming streets in Brooklyn.
I know. What's between what streets Avenue H? Between
Say that again?
what are the street intersection?
What is
Are you
what
asking for cross streets? She's asking for cross streets.
34th and Avenue H.
Oh, okay. I'll check out one day. But thank you.
All right, and last question, Simone.
Simone Monet. Hi. Hello, ladies. I just wanted to reiterate, I'm hearing a lot of skepticism, but I just want to, because I want to just clear my mind from what I heard. You've been in business for 2 years now. You're coming up on renewal, and you have no police reports. And you've had compliments from the community as far as I've actually walked past there. It's very elegantly done. And there are other community members who have said the same. Is that what I've heard from the report?
Yes,
Who are
thank
you
you.
asking that question? Are you asking that question,
Who's
Ms.
that question
Simone
for?
Monet? Yeah, who's that question for?
I'm asking the presenters the question.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Just asking you
Yes,
guys.
Shannon. I would agree with all those statements.
Yes,
Absolutely.
just to clarify, our license was granted 2 years ago. We opened 1 year ago. So we've been in business for 1 year. We just celebrated our anniversary actually on 4/11.
Okay, and you haven't had any of the immediate community file any complaints, and in for what I heard in your presentation, you said you've actually had some of them thank you for the opportunity to have like tables and chairs if they want to take a break, maybe they're doing shopping, running errands, to actually just sit down and take a breather. I've walked past, I think someone else said they walked past. I have not seen anybody smoking outside. I haven't seen it to be like, the old school bodega type of settings at all. So I just wanted to chime in.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, great. Thanks so much, Ms. Walls. Okay, great. So with that being said, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have exhausted all of our conversation, all of our questions for these two young ladies. So thank you both for your presentation this afternoon and also for your answers to all of our questions. And we really appreciate that. But I do want you guys to just hang out because we have Mr. Agar's going to come up, and I know he has two additional businesses before we go to a vote. Okay, the vote also just to kind of let you know what the procedure is. You come before the Commerce Committee tonight. If we vote and we vote in favor of your organization or your business, you move ahead to the full board meeting, which is tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. at 395 Lennox Road at SUNY Downstate. So just wanted to mention that. Okay. So some of the questions, I don't think you'll get a lot of the questions that you got here because our committee is really in depth. We this is where a lot of the work is done. And so the committee, the board actually looks to us to make sure that we've done our due diligence, which is why you got all these questions this evening. And that's why they kind of trust us that we've made the right decision to bring them before it for the full board. Okay, so just wanted to mention that. So with that being said, Mr. Agard, sir, you are here tonight representing two businesses, Shamalas Group and Frontline. So we can take the first one, I hope I'm saying this right, Shamas Group.
Shemaya.
Shemaya, oh my God, I'm
Yes,
totally
Shemaya.
wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Shemaya Group. Yes.
Shemaya.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Okay, we were at the meeting last month with this establishment, and there was a lot of
Yes, sir.
I think votes that were held back or abstained because of the fact of that there were churches within the proximity of three churches within the proximity of the establishment. Um, it is just a restaurant wine. It's not a full hard liquor um, application. And the liquor authority does allow for this type of license to be granted to these establishments called the restaurant wine, where they could only serve uh, beer and wine. That's mainly it.
And
And
cider,
it
right?
is going
Cider
to
also.
be and cider. Okay, we were
Right.
supposed to have. I was trying to arrange to have a visit before this meeting with some of the board. I don't know why my thing is going in and out, so I apologize for that.
Hmm.
My video. I tell you, WebEx always gives me challenges.
No,
Um,
we can see you.
but
We can see you. We
okay,
can definitely see you. Yeah, we can see you.
the he's still under construction and still renovating, and it will be done shortly. Within a couple of weeks, he figures he'll be at the point where he will be able to have you all come through. It's a brand new establishment. It is not a bar. It's a restaurant. It has a bar, but the focus is not the bar. The focus is the restaurant piece. And
Gotcha.
the owner, Sheldon Daly, I'm sorry. He owns the building. His family owns that building, and they wanted to put something there and to bring some kind of commerce to that block. And that's something he's always wanted to do, is to own a restaurant. And so he's living out his dream with this establishment.
Awesome. Great. And I don't know if the committee remembers. We asked quite a bit of questions. Is that the full presentation, Mr. Agar, for
That's pretty
Shemaya's?
much. I don't have anything new to add to
Okay.
to it outside of the fact that it's a new spot, so clearly there's going to be no
Okay.
police report. And
Right.
and I believe that once you see the place and you'll see the way that it's lit, the way that it's going to be laid out, that it's not
Mhm.
encouraging a bar type of atmosphere. It is encouraging people to come and eat and have a drink of beer or wine,
Right.
and that's it.
Right.
And again, stress that this is permissible with the liquor authority, that those kind of licenses are permissible.
Right. Great. Okay. Committee members, are there any questions for Mr. Agart for Shemaya's?
Yes, I have my hand up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You don't see my hand, Hassan? Just,
No, I don't see it. I'm looking. Oh, now I see it
okay.
because you're at the bottom. I'm sorry. I see it now.
All right.
Sorry, Marguerite.
Okay. All right. Um, Mr. Eagle, what are the days and hours of operation?
He's going to be, hold on a minute. It's going to be 7 days, and he'll be closing at 11 o'clock Monday through Thursdays for now, is what he's looking at. And then on the weekends, he's looking to go a little longer to about 1 o'clock, which will be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 12 o'clock.
Okay, and the capacity?
He can hold up to 74 people, but his capacity is only going to be at, 1 second. He's going to have the number of seats at the table is going to be 28. He's going to have a maximum of about 30 or 40, 38 to 40 people maximum. But the place can hold up to
Oh,
74 people.
okay, thank you.
Great. Great. Any other questions for Mr. Agard in the committee? I don't see any other hands, but no. Okay. Mr. Agard, I think you might have mentioned this before. Are there two means of egress? I couldn't remember if I saw. I think there was two,
Yes, they
but I
have
figured I'd ask.
they do have two means of egress. Yes.
Okay. Great. Sorry. And Adele has her hand raised. Adele?
I remember they had the fire inspections, the form they fill out all the information at the top of the buildings.
Can
Adele,
you?
you are
I didn't hear it.
breaking up. You've got to speak a little slower and then try to speak a little clearer.
Fire
I heard
inspection,
something about buildings and I heard, go ahead.
the top of the buildings.
Fire inspection and Department of Buildings.
Yeah, the fire inspection, those will come once we submit the restaurant license. The fire department will create their own schedule with that and come and do their inspection on that. But even before that, the kitchen equipment is what they're really looking at for the exhaust, the Ansal system. Once that's installed by the professionals who do that, they have to get the clearance before they can put their stamp of approval to say that it's ready. They have to leave their stamp on there because ultimately they're the ones who are responsible to make sure that it's all working correctly. So the fire department only comes in to check that. But that will come in once the kitchen is finished.
Okay, but you didn't think that it was pertinent to come what after that, after it was done?
Okay, I'm really having a little challenge understanding because it sounds muffled.
Why did you come to it after it was done instead of before? It's like chickens before they hatch.
Adele, Adele, hang on a second. You're really, Adele, you're going in and out and we could barely hear you. So if you're moving
I
or if
think what
you're,
she's saying, what she's asking, why, I think what she said is, why are you coming to ask for this before you've got the DOB approval and the fire department approval? I think that's what she's saying.
Yes.
Yes, that's what she's asking.
The DOB approval?
And
The Department of Health nor the New York State Liquor Authority require any approval from the DOB.
we
That's
should.
something that's not required anymore. But the building has people living upstairs, and it's one of the older buildings that doesn't have a C of O. So they do have what they call a forget the term, when a building can be occupied without a C of O in New York City, especially the older buildings before C of Os were really issued.
Let up, no
So
objection.
a letter, thank you very much. Whoever said that, thank you very much. That's exactly what it is. LNO, yes.
Can you bring us a copy of that for the
I don't
board?
have a copy of that. I would have to, I can have that, we can search that and have that sent to the office, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to move on because I think we've exhausted the questions for this particular one. Thank you so much, Mr. Agar, for going through that for Shemaya's.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate that. And next we have Frontline. Is it Frontline? Yes.
Yeah, Frontline, yes.
Yes,
Frontline
sir. And
Center Incorporated, doing business as Cafe Zane Frontline Bar and Restaurant. I think this is their second or third renewal with you all.
yeah, I think
Um,
this is the third, I think. The third.
the third, okay,
Yes.
yes. And
Yeah.
on when they did the original license, you all had visited his establishment.
Yep.
Actually, Natalie's, his wife's establishment. It's on 765 Utica Avenue, just off of Linden
Yep.
Boulevard,
Do you
and
remember that?
Clarkson. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's the other one, Clarkson or Lennox. I'm not sure, but I think it's Lennox. And yeah, he's just here for renewal.
Awesome.
And I don't believe he has any incidents on his police report either.
Right. Committee members, any questions for Mr. Agard for Cafe Zane Frontline Bar and Restaurant? It's okay if you don't have any, that's fine.
Hassan, I'm sorry, maybe I
Uh,
missed it. Did you mention any incident reports for any of the
no,
restaurants?
yes, I did for the first two. There were no incidents at any of those locations, and I was just getting ready to get into the incident reports for these two, but I want to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to ask their question first. So if there are no questions, I can go right into the incident reports that are there, and there are again the incident report is for a year. We always ask the 67 precinct to present us with that, and there are no incidents for Shemaya's. Nor any incidents for Cafe Zane Frontline Bar as well. Shemaiah's probably wouldn't have any incidents because they're new, but this renewal for Cafe Zane, and there are no incidents in a year's time. So just wanted to mention that as well. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank Mr. Agard for going through that, sir. Appreciate that. And thank the committee for going through and asking the questions. I appreciate you guys being diligent, and certainly all the presentations from Mr. Tudor, Shannon, and Ms. Fitzgerald. I appreciate you ladies giving us such a very detailed presentation. We love to see our business owners come in to present that way because it answers a lot of our questions, and we it takes a lot. It fills us with a lot of confidence that you guys are doing what you need to be doing as a business, but you also keeping in mind with the community as well and being sensitive to that. So that's great. So with that being said, now we want to do, which I think is important, because I don't see. Just want to make one last effort for, and make sure that they're not on the line. Island Seas Lounge LLC. Island Seas Lounge LLC. Going once, going twice, gone. All right, good. So we're going to be taking a vote now. This is only for the committee members. Those members who are on the committee will be taking a vote. We'll be voting for all of these uh, renewal and or new liquor licenses. And I'll go through the list just so we'll know again who those and what those are. It's HQ Lounge at 1609 Nostrand Avenue. They are coming up for renewal for the liquor, wine, beer, and cider. So that's a full liquor license that they're applying for. And then we have All Goods Dispensary, which is at 3405 Avenue H. They have a renewal. You guys heard from both Shannon and Ms. Fitzgerald on their presentation as well. And then we have Shemaya's group that was represented by Mr. Agard. You heard about them, and they're coming up here for a wine, beer, and cider license, and it's new and it's a temporary permit, of course. And then lastly, we've got Frontline as well, or in this case, Cafe Zane, and at 765 Utica Avenue. They are up for renewal, and they have a full liquor license, liquor, wine, beer, and cider renewal. Okay, so the question is, and Miss Sinclair, if you don't mind taking the vote on this, okay? It'll be either we're going to do all four. We're not going to do it individual. So I just read out what we're voting for, and I'll ask you what that is, and we'll record your vote. If it's yes to all four, say yes to all four. If it's yes to three of them, you say yes to which ones you're voting for, and if it's abstention or no, whatever it is, just make sure that you say that. We're going to do all four because if we did it individually, it'd take us all night, and we ain't got all night. Okay, so with that being said, let's go down the list. Okay, and I'll start. With myself. I'm going to mention this is again all four. Hassan Bakiriddin, I do say yes to all four. Um, and I think we have Miss Bellin who is on here. Miss Bellin, if you can unmute yourself. So I hope you can unmute yourself. If you can't, Miss Bellin, I know you were on your phone. If you can't, you can just put your record your vote in the chat. Okay. Adele. Yes, I can hear you.
I was going to say for the first two, yes, and the others abstain.
Okay. So the first two. Okay. So just as a recording, you're saying HQ Lounge yes, and All Good
Yes.
Dispensary yes, right?
Yeah.
And the
Two.
other two, which are Shemaya's and Frontline, yes, you're
Yes.
abstaining. Yes?
Yes, because the last one doesn't have enough information. They didn't bring all the paperwork.
No problem.
It's an assumption. It's an
No
assumption.
problem. No
You
problem.
better pass it. Then. You should not
No
vote
problem.
on it. For
No problem.
conflict of interest.
No problem. Okay, great. Next, three.
I'm sorry, I
Three, if you
was trying to get myself off of mute.
okay.
Yes to the first two. I apologize. I got disconnected on the last one, so I'm going to abstain from the last.
From the last two,
The first
you're abstaining
two
from
presentations, I'm voting yes.
right,
That was HQ Lounge and All Good Dispensary. The
right.
Shamaya's group, I got disconnected, so I'm not going to vote
Oh,
on that one. I'm going to
okay,
abstain.
gotcha. Understood. Understood. Okay, no problem.
And
Uh,
Mr. Hassan, can you hear me? Bellin here, yes
I
to
can
all four.
yes, I can hear you now, Miss Bellin.
Yes to
Yes,
all
and
four.
you okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And then we've got
Hassan,
Cheryl Saunders.
Hassan, Bree, or whoever that was before Miss Bellin, she didn't vote on the fourth one.
She did. That was Bree. She said she voted for two, right? She voted
Yeah,
for
she
two,
abstained for the third one.
and
She
and
didn't
she
say anything
abstained.
about the fourth one.
She said she
Oh,
abstained from the last two because she wasn't on
yeah,
the she
I
wasn't
was
Oh,
approved.
disconnected.
okay.
I
I'm sorry.
apologize.
I'm sorry.
Okay, are we good now? Okay, great. All right, I'm gonna move on. All right, Miss Bellin, thanks you again. And then I was up to Cheryl, Miss Saunders.
Yes, thank you. Yes to all four.
All right. We've got Deirdre.
Yes to all four.
All right, thank you very much. We've got Dorothy.
Yes to all four.
All right. We've got George.
Yes to all four.
Okay. And we got Khadija.
Yes to all four.
All right. We got Marguerite.
Hi, okay, so I'm going to go yes to the first one,
Mm-hmm.
yes to the third one, yes to the fourth one, and all good. I voted no 2 years ago, and nothing personal. It's just on principle. I have to vote no.
So you're voting no for all good. Okay.
But yes,
Okay. Okay. All right. And who else we got? Did we miss Melissa? Melissa, you was there the whole time?
I am here, but I don't think I'm a committee member.
I thought you did not. Okay, well maybe you didn't actually. I thought you were. I thought you'd applied, but okay. I'll move
Yeah,
on.
I'm a board member. I don't know if I'm a committee member.
No, then you probably are not then. That's cool. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And then we've got no, Pamela's not a committee member yet. Oh, I'm sorry. We got Miss Walls.
Hi. Yes to the first three, abstain for four. It was just a little foggy for me. Thanks.
Okay, and abstaining to the last one. Okay, great. All right, Sonia.
Yes, yes on the first three. I will um, abstain from the fourth.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Tawa.
Hi, okay, I didn't hear the first one, so I'm standing for that one, but the others, I'm gonna say yes to. Thank you.
So you didn't hear the first presentation.
No, HQ Lounge, no, I
Okay, for
came
HQ
on,
Lounge. Okay.
yeah,
So
I came
abstaining
for
from
down for the
HQ
second
Lounge.
one. Yes,
Okay. All right. And the last three, yes. Okay.
yes, okay, thank you.
And great. And then Trisha, how are you, by the way, Miss Trisha?
Hi, I'm well. I don't think I can vote on the board. I'm just attending as a community member.
But you are on the committee, aren't you? You are still a member of the committee, unless you've resigned your committee membership.
Not if I'm not on the
Yes.
board.
No, you don't have to necessarily be on the board to
Oh,
be
okay.
a committee member.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so I am saying yes to all four.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Did I miss anyone? I think I got everybody.
Did you get Brie
Uh,
Costa?
I did. Yeah, Bree,
Oh, I didn't get that one.
yeah, Bree, I got. Yeah, Bree, I got. She was probably like the third one I got. Okay, I think I've gotten everybody who's on the committee. That was the purpose of this. Okay, great. So thank you, committee members, for going through that exercise. I really, really, really appreciate it. I know sometimes it's a little difficult. And Ms. Sinclair will tally up the votes and give us that in a bit. Just and business owners, just hang out a little bit. So once we get the tally, we'll let you know that, and then we'll let you guys go because we have some business to continue on with our committee. So I'll move on to the next item. And by the way, Miss Sinclair, you can let me know when you're ready
I'm
to
ready.
anytime. Okay. Oh, you're ready now. Look at you. All right, go right ahead, ma'am. So
So
you go right ahead.
no way.
I should have known you would. I should have known you were going to be ready. Yes, go right ahead.
The HQ Lounge, the vote is 13 yeses and 1 abstention. For All Good
Okay.
Dispensary, 13 yeses and 1 no. For Shemaya's is 12 yeses and 2 abstentions. And for Frontline is 10 yeses and 4 abstentions.
Sorry, can you go back to Shemaya again? What was the count?
12 yeses and 2
Right,
abstentions.
and 2 abstentions. Okay. And what was the last one? Sorry.
For Frontline is 10 yeses and 4 abstentions.
Front line, 10 yeses and 4 abstentions. Okay, great. Okay, so based upon these numbers, everybody is going to be moving forward to the community board meeting tomorrow night. Okay. So I want to let the business owners know, congratulate you guys for moving ahead to that. Tomorrow night is going to be a little different. You'll be in person, so it won't be online. The location is, and I'm sure Miss Sinclair will provide the location or remind you of the location if you haven't already have it. At 395 Lenox Road, and at SUNY Downstate. It'll be in the auditorium. We get started at 7 p.m., same time that we would get started here. And I can't tell you when the Commerce Committee, when I'll be coming up to call you guys up, like what time exactly. All I can tell you is we are, you guys, we're on the agenda, but we've got a number of things that happen before that. So uh, uh, it may be a bit longer than you think. So you might be there a little longer. I would say, honestly, if you got there by, even though the meeting starts at 7, I say if you got there by 7:30, it probably won't seem as long as you getting there at 7. Um, but I can tell you the community board meetings don't always move quick. But I'll do my best to get through that portion of our thing where the community board will be able to vote as well. And that at that meeting, that vote will be final. That is going to be determining the letter of recommendation to the SLA and or the Office of Cannabis Management. Should that go in the way that it goes with the vote and it's all affirmative, that the community board will be taking that vote tomorrow night. And then, of course, if it all goes well, we'll send you guys a letter, and we'll send your obviously the agencies a letter as well. So, looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow evening. I will give you back the rest of your evening, and I will see you at anytime at 7:30 on. But you'll see me there, okay? And I'll call you up, and we'll do this exercise again. But thank you for being on here tonight. So I will let you business owners go. And Commerce Committee, please hang out. Thank you guys again for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Absolutely.
so
Take
much,
care.
too.
Thank
Yes, sir,
you.
Mr. Tudor. Take care. Absolutely. Absolutely. Take care. Mr. Agar, take care.
Yes, good night. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. All right. Good evening, So great job, committee. I appreciate you guys doing that. As always, you're on point, and you provide a lot of great questions, and I think that's important. So I'm very pleased with your questions. Sometimes I think the business owners they feel it gets a little intrusive, and but this is what we do, right? This is how we take care of the business of our community to make sure that the community is safe. At the same time, making sure that our business owners run good businesses and they start out the right way. All right. So with that being said, I wanted to just before I'll take a quick break in the agenda, but I did want to ask committee members. I did mention earlier about the conversations that I had with 6 of the business owners in the community about the Sumptuous Sampler event. And they were reluctant to do it this particular year because of how the tariffs had affected their food and the way that they supplies and all that kind of stuff. So they had to raise their prices, and then in some cases had to sort of lay off staff as well. So staffing was a big issue for the event as well. So they just the 6 of them. I only contacted 6. I didn't contact everybody else. But based upon that, they said that having East Flappers Restaurant Week is great, and I think that is a good thing. But they've been reluctant. They just don't have the wherewithal to do it this year. So I wanted to put it to you guys. What's your vote? I wanted to hear what you think about that. You think we should just move, keep with it, or just maybe just focus on East Flappers Restaurant Week and perhaps maybe do Sumptuous Sample next year?
Well, my opinion is that if the
Are you?
6 people that you asked aren't
Mhm.
willing to do it, then I would assume that's the way it would be with everyone, but I don't know if you want to ask anybody else. But my opinion would be just to leave it till next year then, instead of putting a burden on anybody.
Right.
I tend to agree with that as
I
well.
second that opinion because I really think this is a rough year for everyone. So maybe give them a break, and because a lot of businesses basically with all the tariffs and everything, and prices are continue to go up. So
Yes, sir.
let's give them a break and revisit it for next year.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
All right. Tawa, Miss Walls, Cheryl, Dorothy,
I
I
any
agree.
agree.
comments?
Next
All
year.
Yeah, I
right. I just
concur.
want to make sure.
But I do
Okay.
have because how has the Flatbush Week been marketed, and how has it been, like how successful has it been? It's just my question to the committee because I'm new to this
Uh-huh.
particular committee.
Okay. You mean in terms of
Successful. Oh, I'm sorry, I just interrupted there, but it's been very successful every year.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
It's an event, and it's interesting. We typically used to have it quite often. The gentleman who is on our committee now, the gentleman's name is Davis Gale. I don't know if well, I know a lot of the committee members know who he is, but the ones who don't know, he used to be the owner of Tropical Paradise Ballroom, and so he relocated his business to Florida, and he's back in New York. But the point that I'm making is that we used to have it at his location, so we would set up. All of the businesses would come there and they bring their signature dish. It was a very successful event, very crowded. Okay, very crowded. So it was one event that the community looked forward to every year. Not only just to eat free food, but to really sample the signature dish of these incredible restaurants that we have in our community. And since then, we've added so many more restaurants.
The reason
Um,
why I'm asking is because it
yes, ma'am.
doesn't have to necessarily be free, especially if people enjoyed it. And I will say this, I've
Hmm.
been to several tasters where you pay, for
Hmm.
example, $30. They have different tiers as well. So
Hmm.
there's
Hmm.
$20, $30, $50, and that'll include um, 50, or for example 50 would include everything, and you have a
Hmm.
bracelet, and that bracelet determines, so it could be something that you might be able to go back to them and say,
Hmm.
hey, what if we charge a fee? And it doesn't have to be $50. I'm just giving you an example of some
Hmm.
of them that I've gone to, and
Hmm.
it's, you sample the food, but you're also paying a fee. um, and I don't know if the committee needs money or the money can be, given to someone, but it might be good to still have it, but maybe charge a fee.
Hmm. I got your point. Because I've also been in. I've done what the crawls and things of that sort, whether it's the Caribbean crawl or this crawl or whatever. So I definitely am very familiar with that piece. The concern is, particularly since the Commerce Committee would be the one hosting these events, putting it on, because we're effectively a government agency, So there are rules in place when it comes to us collecting money and all that kind of stuff. There are guidelines with that. We've stayed away from that when this has come up before in our meetings, um, where we've stayed away from actually having to charge people money because of all of the things that come along with it. So having it being donated by the business owners takes the onus off of us, right? The business owners are the ones who participate voluntarily. We have an application that they sign and say that they're going to be, this is what they're doing. They're very aware of their being involved in this event. This is the dish that they're going to be providing. This is the discount they're going to be providing off of their meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever that is. And they've agreed to do that. So and that's pretty much what we've done. So we just don't get into the idea of charging money. I get it, but when it comes to that, it comes with a lot of things with that. And I think if that would be make things a lot more complicated for the Commerce Committee, because then we'd have to go through the conflict of interest and how that is just like So
I
I
got you.
hear you.
Okay.
I
So the
hear you though. I
restaurants
hear you.
don't have like a collective that this could go, that fund could go to, especially if they were talking about, it's cost a lot. It could actually maybe just go to, like, I know a few restaurant collectives, for example. Do any of our restaurants have something like that. I'm not saying that it
Mm-hmm.
needs to happen. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you kind of take a break, it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a situation in which, especially if it was successful, it may
Mm-hmm.
be challenging to re it up again after even a year's break. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
that was just it.
No,
Well,
That's it.
right.
can I say something? Simone,
Sure.
I think that when people, when they hear that there's free food, I think you're gonna always get a good crowd of people, even if we let it go a year. I think that people will definitely come back because it's free.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I
That's
think
true.
it'll always work, yeah.
Yeah. And
All right. Thank
I just want to echo what Simone said, but if
sure.
they can't give out, and I'm doing air quotes, free food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yes.
if they see a benefit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like last year and year before, was there was there a benefit for them doing it? Like did they see an increase in sales? So
Mm-hmm.
so that's a question. Did they see an increase or decrease in sales? Forget about the all
Well,
And
they
that's
free.
the
come
whole thing too. It doesn't seem
every
like
year.
the coupons based on Hassan's conversation earlier. It and I could have been misread, so please, correct me. It seemed as though coupons and things were given out, but they weren't redeemed.
Well, okay. In answer to your question, when because now you're talking about how quantifying the benefit of having the sumptuous sample and what that leads to in revenue
Right.
for the restaurant East Lapis Restaurant Week.
Yeah.
We have talked about quantifying it as a committee, but it actually never has been formalized that we've done it. So I can tell you that right now it has not been done. What I can tell you has been done is that I've spoken to a number of business owners and said, hey, how has business been from the time that we started East Flappers Restaurant Week, once we had the launch of that, after they've gotten past the sumptuous sampler, have you seen an increase in business for that week? And a lot of them said, yeah, I've seen a 20% increase, I've seen a 30% increase, I've seen a 15% increase, but yeah, they do see a benefit to it. Don't get me wrong. It's not that they don't see a benefit, they don't want to do it. It's just that the capacity of them doing it and to do it effectively. These are business owners who are well, I have to some of them I have to consider them perfectionists because they like to come with this elaborate displays and they like to have their some of them come in with the uniforms and the whole thing. I mean, it's interesting. And I appreciate that, but they want to make sure if it's not being presented right, and of course their branding, their name is on it. They're not going to do it if it's not being done well or right. So based upon that, that was the reason why they declined doing it this year, at least the six that I had spoken to. So yeah, I mean, I think that they see a benefit to it. I just think that this year is a tough year, as you know, 2026 has been tough. So I think that they just feel it, and I don't want to place a burden on them and make them feel like they had to do something or whatever. We never want to do that because that discourages people from doing anything in the future that you might have, you know. So yeah, but I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, Hassan, and can I say something?
Sure.
We have the same, many of the same vendors come back every year and do it. So
Yep.
I would assume that they're getting something out of it. Otherwise, they
Yep.
wouldn't participate every year.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. So I agree. But so with that being said, we absolutely can do East Flappers Restaurant Week. I think it's a great thing. What we're going to be doing is sending out we'll be sending out the applications for that specifically, and we'll be asking, and I'll send you guys what it's basically a simple form, just saying, hey, do you agree to participate in East Flappers Restaurant Week? This is for this duration from this duration. It asks them about their whatever signature dish they have, simply because it's about for advertising purposes. And then we'll ask them about what their discount is, and that kind of thing. So all of their information will be on this form, which we'll have access to. Once they do that, then we'll broadcast. So we'll create the flyer. We'll do the media advisory or the press release, and we'll invite the community to come in, and we will also make sure that we pull in media for that event. So the idea is to have media come to every restaurant, or at least several restaurants during East Flappers Restaurant Week, where they can go on site and actually have a conversation with the business owner or do a quick interview. I think we used to do that with Channel News, Channel 12, that comes out and does that. So, but the press is a little weird because if they get a bigger story, then they just bump us. But the idea is that we invite all of the press to come in, and sometimes we get News 12, and we get um, Channel 11, or we get, they come in, they just, they'll descend on it sometimes. I think we even got Amsterdam News at one point. Amsterdam News is in Manhattan, and they came in and did stories on it. So it depends. We'll invite them, and we'll go from there. But either way, for the planning, I should say the subcommittee, we absolutely have to meet on that. So I want to see if we can get a meeting. I know that this week is premature, and it's the Memorial Day weekend. However, if we could have a meeting, if you guys, oh man, wait a minute, that's the 31st. Okay, can if we can have a meeting on the 31st, or before that, that would be ideal. So we can have something in place and we can start working on these things, because we do need to distribute some of the businesses up between the subcommittee. So I will send an email out to subcommittee members, those who are on it. I will send the dates and times. You guys let me know which one works. We'll do a WebEx meeting. Miss Sinclair will make sure that you know what those dates and times are, so you can set that up, and we'll make this happen. And in the interim, planning committee members and committee members, I will send over the form letter that we've sent in the past, so you'll have an idea of what we're asking the businesses to provide when we ask them for if they want to participate in East Flappers Restaurant Week. All right. Okay, great. So with that being said, I'm going to move on because I don't want to belabor the point. Oh,
Quick question.
somebody's speaking.
When
Yes.
is the restaurant week? I'm sorry. When is that week? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't. Yeah. So normally, the substance sample event would have been on June 29th or 30th, right? I said that June 29th, impossible for us to do one because that is my anniversary, so I'm not going to do anything on that date. But we can do, we normally would have been June 30th of this year. That would have been sumptuous sampler event. But East Flappers Restaurant Week will start on July 1st, okay, and go all the way through, I believe it was July 12th, I think it was, which is that Sunday. Okay, so we'll get all of the restaurants. We'll get a listing of the restaurants who want to participate. There'll probably be a lot of them anyway, in our community. So, I mean, the hardest thing, guys, it'll probably just be getting back the forms from the business owners and getting their, what discounts they're going to be providing, and then we'll just do what we do best. We'll create the flyer, we'll create the buzz, and make sure the community knows that they need to go to these locations during this week, and this is what their these businesses are providing. So yeah, a lot of also the good thing is that we did create individual business owner sort of profiles for East Flappers Restaurant Week, and I actually have those, the ones that we've done in the past. So it's not going to be a heavy lift just to blast that out to a lot of the community as well. So if you've got, let's say you got aunts and uncles, this is a vegetarian restaurant,
Yes.
we can blast out a specific one for aunts and uncles. So it'll be all good. But we'll get it together. All right. So with that being said, I'm just going to move on. We don't have many items on the list here. We've got any unfinished business, ladies and gentlemen. Item number 5, any unfinished business? Going once, going twice. All right, gone. All right. Lastly, and then we are at the end of our meeting. And I
So
can.
I do have something, but I don't know if it's new business. I guess it's new business.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Um, but now they didn't show up tonight, but I do want to ask a question. It's about
Yes.
Island Seas.
Yes.
If they had come tonight, I was going to bring it up, but maybe we can discuss it for a minute now, so that when they do show up, we know what we're talking about.
Okay.
There's 5 open Department of Building violations with one class 1 immediately hazardous violation on them. And I know that Bracci Fence owns the property, but the, the, um, the DOB violations are on their restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one of them is that they have the metal, the terrace is all enclosed in metal, with the mesh around it. They have a permit to put that up, and that's a hazardous condition, and they haven't addressed it. It's open. And the other one is the wooden structure on the side of their restaurant that was put up without a permit. So, you know, they're right around the corner from me, and I don't have a problem with them because they're, you know, the neighborhood, they're quiet, they're fine,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the way they operate, as long as they're not involved with what goes on in the yard, because that's illegal. So
Right.
there's a few issues going on with them, but as far as
Mm-hmm.
the DOB violations, I think they have to be addressed because I
Mm-hmm.
can't, you know, I can't say yes to renewal for them if they're not cooperating with the city.
No, understood, and that makes sense. And I think, well, to be quite honest, they do have quite a bit of things on the incident report. You know, ideally, when it comes to incident reports, obviously you want to make sure that the business owners are there during that. So I won't go through that incident report now. I would do that in front of the business owner. I think it's only fair to do that.
Right.
But they've had and continue to have well, maybe it's died down now, but have had in the past some real serious issues.
Oh
So
yeah,
I didn't
that's
expect them.
true.
I didn't expect them to be here this evening. I honestly didn't expect them. I would have been shocked if they did come through, because they would have had a lot of explaining to do. Um, they've got a lot of work to do. I put it to you that way. They've got a lot of things that they have to correct in their business, and so I don't think that this committee. I can probably say that with probably 100% assuredness that this committee would not have approved them to move forward based upon the things that have happened this past year. It would have been impossible. Okay, just letting you guys know that. Just being fully transparent on that.
Okay, yeah, because see,
Um,
I didn't like. I know that there was well, I don't know if we can talk about it, but there was a triple shooting there last August. I know about
yeah.
that, but anything after that, I haven't heard. And they've been, as far as my block, you know, we haven't had any problems. They haven't been noisy or anything. But if there's other things, yeah, please
Yeah,
share it with us.
yeah. I'll share, and I will share it with you during, if and when they come before us, if they decide to do that. It may not be even an issue, and you know, perhaps maybe even
Well,
at the next
but
meeting.
haven't we been? We're just in general though. If there are, if you know, for anybody, if
Mm,
any vendor,
yeah.
any business that we deal with, if there's, you know, violations, open violations,
Hmm.
um, do we tell them we can't, you know, we have to hold it off and hold off the
Yeah. I
voting
mean,
until they take care of those violations?
yeah. Of course we do that. We've done that in the
Yeah,
past. That's not something that's
yeah,
new. We've done that. That's absolutely we've done that. You know, so that's not an issue for me, and I'm sure
yeah,
it's not an
okay.
issue for the committee. Um, okay. I think I have two hands. I have Dell and then George. Sorry, three hands. Khadija as well. Oh, two hands. Adele? No?
Yes.
Yes?
You can hear me better now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, good. What I was going to say is about what Margaret was saying. It's true. That place is a nuisance in the community. And as for incident reports, all that's public information. You know that, right? Anybody can look that up.
Sure.
It's not
But I
private.
think what I think is important though, and I, you know me, I'm going to always be fair, right? Be fair, and I think I have to be fair to the business owners. If we read out an incident report to the full committee, we should do that when the business owner is on the line, so he or she can talk about those incidents in greater detail. I think
Mm-hmm.
in light of them not being here, I don't think it's appropriate for me to read them. I think that's only fair. Now, if they do come before this committee, we have no problem, right? We'll be more than happy to read that.
But like I
But I
said,
think in this case, yeah.
I was going to say is anybody can look it up. Anybody, any member, any
Yeah, I
non-member,
mean, that's fine.
all public
That's fine.
information.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay, great.
I
Thanks,
like
Tricia.
being, thank you, but I like
Yeah,
being fair to the community itself. Safety first.
I hear you. I understand that too. I get it. Dorothy and then George. Oh, sorry, and then George and then Dorothy. I think that's what it was.
George first.
Yeah. Go, Miss
Just
Mr.
like a
Tate.
just a quick question, because I know there's been a couple of incidents, right, in Utica, around Utica and Farragut.
Mm-hmm.
However, I cannot say I'm blaming them, but I just wondered when they have things in the yard next to it, is that their event or that's something completely separate? Because right now we don't know, and unfortunately, I don't see Detective Pierre any longer on the call.
Yeah,
Well,
But
I
at
can
he
least
tell
on
you,
he
the
dropped
George.
off.
I have some information about that.
But let me finish thinking. I would appreciate if you could play, because every once in a while I see citizen app like a shooting around there, but we don't know. They don't say if it's coming from Island Breeze or is it coming from another the Panyard, or because there's a couple of things around there right now. So
Mhm.
I'm curious. I was wondering. So if Margaret, if you have information on that, I would appreciate it.
Well, what? Well, I'm addressing the yard, the Bracci fence, the yard next door. That every time there's a party there or some event there, you call the cops, the police. They come. They go. They've gone over there. They ask them if they have a permit, and they've said yes. And then I told the police they don't have a permit. Nobody has a permit to have anything there. And so finally, after many times of this happening, they actually arrested uh, whoever it was actually someone that worked at Bracci Fence. So it seems like an employee at Bracci Fence was holding these events in the yard
Oh wow,
um,
that's crazy.
without, yeah, so without any permit, and he didn't have. I don't know if he had permission from Bracci Fence to do it, but he didn't have a permit to do it, and so he and I don't know how many people were arrested, but so that's as much as I know about that. So it doesn't seem to be connected to Island Seas Lounge. It seems to be separate.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Because
That's all I know.
that was my yeah. Basically, that was my concern. Who is responsible for renting out that place? But I think you just explained. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. And okay, great. And I think Dorothy, you had your hand up. I think Dorothy. I'll make Dorothy the last person.
Ooh, okay. Quick question for new business. With
Yes,
FIFA
ma'am.
come into town, right? Especially if our restaurants cannot afford to give us these samplers, maybe it'll translate. This what I'm going to say is going to translate for next year. Have we thought about, even as a committee, doing something around, because there's going to be thousands of people converging on New York and Brooklyn for the
Hmm.
World. Is there anything our
Hmm.
committee's thinking about doing so we can capitalize on, not capitalize to make money, that'd be nice too,
Hmm.
but for our businesses in our community to capitalize on that and be part of that excitement? And
We
and
have
it,
not.
mm-hmm, and that's
We have
July, June,
not.
July.
Yeah, we have not. But it is an excellent idea. We should ask the individual business owners, are they doing anything for the World Cup? Are
Mm-hmm.
they having anything special for the World Cup at their location that we could help promote? The community should know about. In fact, I think I just saw. Did I see? Oh no. Okay, so I did see, and I just shared a flyer that Footprints has for watching watching the basketball finals, the NBA finals. And they talk about some of the things that they have, the food that they have. It's a nice flyer, actually. It's on the Sumptuous Sampler Facebook page, and they got flatbread, coconut shrimp, chicken wings, codfish cakes, blah blah blah. But it's all around the watching the NBA finals. So if they come up with something like that, we could promote that. That would be great.
Yeah,
But I think
because
that's a good point.
people coming, thousands of people coming to this area because it's close
Oh
by.
yeah,
So I think it'd be
yeah.
great to even like you're saying you're gonna ask them if they would do something, like they should do something. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Oh, they should.
should
Yeah.
promote
Well, they
it.
should. They might already have something in place.
Yes,
They might already have something in place. But yeah, we should definitely. And I can reach out to them and talk to them about it because I think it's an excellent idea. They would be missing an opportunity if they don't.
absolutely.
Especially the restaurants and the beautiful restaurants that we have in our community. Yeah,
Yes.
it would behoove them to be able to do something like that.
Yeah. People in this area is going to go. What are you going to do best? Travel to Williamsburg. Travel to Park Slope. Travel to look at the
Yeah.
same big.
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. I think. Oh, that was it. Okay. I think we're all done. Okay, great, guys. So with that being said, I will give you guys back your evening. I'd love to ask for an adjournment because we are at the end of our meeting. So please, someone make a motion to adjourn our meeting.
This is Dorothy. Motion to adjourn.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. And do we have a second?
Free to
Hold on
Costa
one
seconds the
second.
motion.
Oh, wait a minute. Khadija, you said
So
you
it looks
raised
like,
your
yeah,
hand.
yeah, Khadijah has.
Oh, sorry,
Can
Khadija.
you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you
Can
now.
you hear
Yes.
me? Okay.
Were you speaking?
I
If you
was
were
trying
speaking,
to
I
give you
apologize.
guys some information in regards to the World Cup because I'm involved in that process. There's
Yes.
several layers to it. So most of the official events that are taking place are not taking place in our neighborhoods. What can be
Hmm.
done are the unofficial watch parties, right? But even
Okay.
with that, they would have to submit to FIFA to actually get the license to actually have these games
Ah,
streamed.
okay.
And if they
Okay.
hadn't, then it may be a problem. It may not be too late because the first
Hmm.
game really that takes place within New York is on June 13th,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
that's how you are kind of able to do that. And then also because the city has kind of during the World Cup has allowed for outdoor consumption only
Hmm.
from June 13th to July 19th, will
Mm,
it be okay while you're watching the game to drink
right.
alcohol outside? So
Wow,
yes, there
that's
are
ambitious. Holy
opportunities.
crap.
There are
Yeah.
opportunities to do these things,
That's
but I
ambitious.
think well, it's happening. So one
Yeah,
of the
it
biggest
definitely is happening.
concerns is alcohol consumption. Then other things that are also taking place to kind of make sure that people are utilizing this whole FIFA thing is that parks will not be able to do any big activities until after the World Cup. So starting from June 13th all the way to July 19th, there should not be major events taking place in any of the city parks.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
So
Okay.
there are alleys for for businesses to do it, but
Hmm.
if they're trying to stream, they need to go to the FIFA website to get the license. And I do not believe FIFA is actually charging to
Wow.
actually
Oh, they're
get
not
the
charging.
streaming license.
Wow.
It you just
Holy
have to
crap.
submit and pay for the application
Hmm.
fees. And then if they are looking, and I did send out an email saying, hey,
Hmm.
they were looking for community representatives to actually be involved, like not community representatives, organizations, performers, anyone
Hmm.
from our district to perform at the World Cup. Um,
Hmm.
I didn't get any responses from anyone for our
Really?
district, but I did get for
Okay.
others. So and then also they're doing the food vendors because there are 5 official fan sites, and then also on top of that taking place, it's the Fanatics that is happening the same time, and they have vendors. So there's one for Brooklyn that's being done
Hmm.
at the Brooklyn Bridge Park, one in Staten Island, one in the Bronx at the Bronx Terminal, and
Okay.
then the one where the headquarters is at the actual stadium, the tennis stadium in Flushing, Queens. So
Right.
that is
Awesome.
all the info I
Awesome.
can give to you off the top of my head pertaining to World Cup.
That's fantastic. That was a lot of information. Okay, is there a way for you, if you don't mind, that you can send out some of the links perhaps? You have access to
I'll
that, or should
send
I
it to
just? Should
you.
we just?
I'll send it to you.
Okay, and then I'll distribute it out there. That's great. Okay, Katina,
Hmm.
thank you so much, and thank you for that. I appreciate you being steadfast and persevering, trying to get on, because I didn't hear you. I didn't even see your hand actually. Okay, great. All right, with that, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Commerce Subcommittee will be getting. I'll send that email out, and we'll be getting the dates. So let me know when you're available, so we can get the show on the road. All right. Have a wonderful night and a great week, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night now.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
Good
night.
night. Good night.